You're going to see many beautiful poppies here in this video. That's your first step in growing poppies, is choosing some good seed. Every poppy that you see on this video we have seed for at poppyemporium.com. They're all organically grown. They've all been grown outside where they're getting the best nutrient possible, and you too can grow every one of these poppies, starting with some good seed stock from poppyemporium.com. Once you've got your seed stock, the most important thing to grow a successful poppy is your soil. It should be very organic, have lots of organic matter in it. The ideal soil is a third sand, a third earth, and a third compost. So sieve your sand, sieve all of your compost and earth so it's all a nice loam. It should be really loose so that the roots of the poppies can easily grow in the soil. If you don't have really loose loam, your poppies will be disappointingly small. So now that you have your soil in your garden, lay out some lines to put the seeds in. It's far easier to take care of your garden if your seeds are in a row where you can't confuse them with other weeds, especially since the seeds are very, very small. So lay them out and don't overseed. Poppies are very dependable as a seed. They do not need to be overseeded. It's not necessary to overseed. You'll just end up thinning unnecessarily. They do require thinning if they are overplanted. When your sprouts start coming up, you can thin them so they're about 6 inches apart. What I do is I actually transplant them in the bed to the bare areas that don't really have anything growing in them. Or I put them in other beds or other areas of my garden. But you need to do that when they're just a few days old. Put them in another area of your garden where they will flourish about 6 inches apart, at least 6 inches. If you give them more root space, they will grow bigger. Poppies actually do not like being transplanted, so you need to do it when they're young. They'll have no problem with doing it, grass the whole root space and transplant them to another area of the bed, and they'll do just great. But do them when they're just a few days old. And here are a few weeks old.
As you can see, the poppy plants are quite prolific in their leaf structure. Some of these leaves are over a foot long. But they can get to be a bit much, especially if you've got them in a raised bed. A raised bed will cut off the air circulation to a certain degree, even though they house your plants and make weeding a whole lot easier. They can cut off the air circulation a bit, so it's important to get rid of all that lower dead growth. So like down here, that plant is coming off of a plant over here, and it's kind of crowding everything out. Here's a big old plant that's kind of cutting off a lot of circulation that's coming from way back in here. So you just go like that, and a little quick little twist off, it breaks off very easy, kind of like a lettuce. And even dead, this is all dead matter, get rid of it.
The more exotic poppies, like the Super Colossus and the Afghani Izmirs, tend to get a bit leggy and brittle, so it's important to stake your poppies as one of the other enemies of wind. We hope you've been inspired here to join us at poppyemporium.com to grow your own beautiful